I wasn't sure why I agreed to come. The invitation had arrived in a dark red envelope, sealed with wax, Bangchan's signature. We weren't close, not exactly. More like this dangerous in-between. He was the type to flirt with his eyes alone. The kind of man whose voice could melt chocolate, hell, probably already had. It was an exclusive event. Private chocolate tasting experience, his newest concept. But I knew better. Nothing Chan ever did was just about business. The lights in the room were dim, the scent of cocoa rich and heady in the air. Velvet drapes hung around the tasting room, enclosing us in a sensual cocoon. There were only 2 chairs at the tasting table. Only 2 guests. Just me. And him.
Glad you came,
he said, emerging from behind the curtain, sleeves rolled, apron tied low on his waist. His forearms glistened with sheen, maybe from the heat, maybe from the melted chocolate I saw on his fingertips.
I made something special for you.
You said this was a professional tasting, I murmured, trying to sound unaffected. I failed. My voice already dropped a register. He smirked.
It is, but I never said it couldn't get messy.
He dipped a spoon into a thick bowl of ganache and walked over.
Close your eyes,
he said. I hesitated.
Trust me.
I did. The spoon touched my lips first, warm, rich chocolate laced with something more. Maybe chili, maybe lust, maybe both.
Open,
he murmured, and before I could register, his thumb smeared chocolate across my lower lip. I gasped, and that was all he needed. He leaned in, licking it off slowly. Purposefully. Heat curled in my stomach.
This flavor,
he whispered, his lips ghosting over mine.
It's called sin.
You're not serious, I breathed, my eyes fluttering open.
I'm very much serious,
he replied. He pushed the bowl toward me. With trembling fingers, I dipped 2 into the chocolate, dragging it slowly up his throat, just enough to leave a trail. He closed his eyes, and I saw the muscles in his jaw twitch. Taste it, I said, playing his own game. His mouth met mine before I could blink, kissing me deep, tongue tangling with the bittersweet taste between us. My back arched into the table, his hands gripping my waist, the chocolate forgotten. Or maybe remembered too well as his hands trailed up beneath my blouse, smearing what was left on my skin. The table creaked beneath us, bowls threatening to fall as he lifted me onto the surface, positioning himself between my thighs. Chan, I whispered, but he cut me off with a kiss, sticky and addictive. And in that room, with only chocolate and desire between us, I let go. Sweet, dark, bittersweet, like him. The chocolate had long since cooled. The moment the door clicked behind me, the night collapsed into silence, thick and suffocating. My lips still tingled, raw from his kisses, and my thighs, well, they remembered. Every press of his body. Every whispered word. Every bite of sin. I didn't look back, because if I did, I wouldn't have left. Bangchan was my boss. My boss. And what happened on that velvet draped table? That wasn't supposed to happen. I wasn't supposed to let it. But I had. Willingly. No, eagerly. It wasn't just the chocolate that melted that night. It was the lines between us. Lines I had drawn myself. Lines that had cracked the moment he whispered my name like it was something sacred. Like it tasted better than anything he'd ever crafted. I walked into the hallway, heels clicking like shame down the polished floor. I couldn't stop the heat rising in my cheeks. My blouse still clung to me in places where his hands had lingered. My skin felt branded with desire, branded with him. I reached the elevator, paused. My reflection in the mirrored doors stared back, lips stained, hair tousled, neck flushed. What was I doing? No one could know. No one would believe it was just one night. Not when we walked into meetings. Not when I handed him reports. Not when he looked at me with those knowing eyes like he already had the taste of me tucked under his tongue. I closed my eyes, exhaled. This was a mistake. It had to be. But as the elevator doors opened and I stepped inside, I realized something terrifying. I didn't regret it. Not one bite, not one kiss, not one sinful second, and that was the most dangerous part of all.